4-0 now as they picked up their 14th win of the year last night, again against Napa. The question will be, can Tillamook come back and play 2 games back-to-back? Because LaSalle beat Tillamook 3 times, I think, last year. LaSalle's going to come out and play a physical style of basketball. That's what they always do, and the Cheesemaker's going to have to respond to it here tonight at home. We're going to talk to Tillamook head coach Greg Werner about tonight's game after this word from the Tillamook Bay Community College. What are we doing for the national anthem? Time brought to you by the Tillamook Bay Community College. Tillamook Cheesemakers and the LaSalle Falcons coming your way. But before that, we had a chance to talk to Tillamook head coach Greg Werner, and here's what Greg had to say. Greg, you come into tonight's game, got LaSalle coming to town, but first last night's game, really a great outing for both teams. Well played, tight ball game, playoff atmosphere. You had to be happy with that one.
I was. The kids played extremely hard, and that was a quality team that we beat last night. We knew they'd have runs on us, and they had a major one in the third quarter, and we responded to it really well, and then we're able to seal the deal at the end of the game.
As you look back at the ball game, you got great output from your inside people. Matt Bryant probably had his best game of the year, and your other 2 bigs, Oldenkamp and Keenert, had good nights scoring-wise. Probably the difference in the game.
It was. We had a 20 rebound margin on them, so that's something that we call the line of scrimmage, basically, from football. So our bigs definitely controlled it, and it allowed us to get extra chances and then ultimately put the game away.
It has to be nice to see 2 things. One, a good start. You went up 16-2 early, and number 2, a great finish fourth quarter when you were down, or you were up only 1, then went on a 10-0 run and sealed the game. Start and finish, that's usually how you win them.
Yeah, we started out really well in the first quarter, and then in the fourth, I thought it was our defense that really stepped up and stopped them from getting their 3-point shots, because they got on a roll and got into a rhythm, and so I was proud of our kids for stepping up.
You also see again last night the value of speed. Josh Rodriguez, a huge factor in the game, along with all your guards, Wetzel and Seaholm and so forth. Speed certainly is to your advantage in most games.
It was, and they complement each other really well. They can all shoot as well on offense, so I don't really feel like we're losing too much by putting them in there. And then we switched up our defense as far as what we were doing, zone to man, and they really brought the pressure.
One more non-league game, that's tonight with LaSalle. What do you know about them, and what do you expect?
I expect it to be really physical, almost to the point of pushing and shoving, and so you have to use that leverage against them. Need to protect the ball, and we need to make sure that we're winning the line of scrimmage.
As you look at last night's game, we expected Napa to come out and really pressure hard defensively, but in turn, Tillamook probably pressured them more than they pressured you.
Yeah, we tried to. We, watching the JV game, we saw that they were in a trap, and they did put a trap on us, but we were able to get enough easy buckets out of it that they didn't really stick with it, or feel comfortable sticking with it, I should say. And so, our pressure creates offense for us, and we've done a lot of growing in the last 2 years, and we talked about that last night in the locker room, but about last time we played LaSalle, and hopefully it's a little bit different this year.
Well, and you did struggle with them last year, but your program's come a long ways. You've got to be pleased. Of course you're pleased because you haven't lost a game yet this year, but you also have to be pleased with the way the kids have stepped up in tough games like last night.
We've talked about that, not only being physically tough, but a lot of it's the mental part of it. If there's a bad call, don't let it compound at the other end or affect your game. Just fight through it. And I thought the kids have done a great job up to this point with handling that.
Well, and question I know coaches hate to hear, but how good is this team? You ranked second in the state, haven't lost a game yet this year. Yet you look at other scores and you think, yeah, we're a good team, but how good is this team?
I don't don't think we've scratched the surface. When Johnny went down, it threw us into a tailspin a little bit, but the others have stepped up with leadership. Oldenkamp and Keenert and Wetzel is actually talking now, where that didn't happen before. Dan Seaholm is feeling more comfortable. Josh is always a solid player, and Bloom hit a big three for us last night. I don't know if you remember that or not, but so we need every part of these guys, and we talked about it's somebody different every night. So I don't know how good we are, but we're pretty resilient. So and good character kids. So I'll go with that anytime.
Well, and you look at tonight's game, it's going to be tough. Here at home, that's got to help you a little bit. The crowd last night was fantastic. Don't know if it'll be quite as big tonight, but it should be a lot of fun again. And it looks like the kids are having fun playing.
They are. When we went through a stretch there where I think we were feeling a little bit of the pressure. We're listening to everybody make comments, and are you going to be nervous because you're undefeated and all that. We're just playing it one game at a time. We're worrying about LaSalle right now. We're not worrying about Seaside next Tuesday or Astoria next Thursday. We're focusing on tonight's game, and that's held pretty well for us. So we're going to stay with that.
Well, Greg, wish you the best of luck and look for another fun game.
Thank you.
And again, we'd like to thank Greg Werner for his comments for tonight's game on warm-up time. We'll be back with more warm-up time after this word from the Tillamook Bay Community College. And warm-up time brought to you by the Tillamook Bay Community College. Tillamook Cheesemakers 14-0 take on LaSalle Falcons. Cheesemakers the second-ranked team in the state. LaSalle not ranked this year, currently sitting 5th in their league. And so LaSalle comes in a completely different spot than they are normally in. Their starting lineup, Tahir Mahmood, he's 5'9" and a senior. Mike Johnson, 5'9" and a senior. Those will be your guards. At the forwards, it'll be 2 6'1" players, a 6'1" senior Daniel Jones, and Tommy Odell, a 6'1" senior as well. And in the middle, it's going to be Morgan Clyburn. Clyburn is 6'3" and a senior. So it's 6'3", 6'1", 6'1". On the other side for the Cheesemakers, 6'7", 6'4", 6'4". Make that 6'8", 6'4", 6'4". So the Cheesemakers will certainly have the height advantage. At the point guard, it'll be Dan Seaholm, 5'9" and a junior. The off guard, Jason Wetzel, 6'1" and a senior. Down low, the big three, Blaine Keenert, 6'4" and a senior. Luke Oldenkamp, 6'4" and a senior. And Matt Bryant, 6'8" and a junior. So the Cheesemakers, again, putting size on the floor. They got off to a great start last night with a 16-2 run to open the ball game. And then from there, battled through a rough second and third period, but in the fourth period stepped up as well. And the Cheesemakers picked up the victory against Napa by a final score of 61-48. Remember, Napa, although a 2A school, they're the third-ranked team in the state and really have a legitimate shot at a possible state championship as well. And so the Cheesemakers happy with that win, but they've got to turn right around and pick it up again. This has been warm-up time brought to you by the Tillamook Bay Community College. We'll be back with the start of tonight's game between the Cheesemakers and Falcons in just 1 minute. High School Gymnasium, Randy Shield along with Jerry Dorland, your broadcast crew. Jerry, first of all, last night was just classic 4A basketball. No better setting for basketball across the state than here. That was a classic.
Well, first of all, Friday night, actually, I think Napa's ranked second now. So 2 second-ranked teams, no matter the classification, and a playoff atmosphere. The place was rocking last night.
Napa brought a lot of people. Cheesemakers certainly filled the stands like we're accustomed to, and it was everything that when you think back of great games of basketball, that was one of the good ones.
Absolutely.
Here. And a lot of fun. Now the problem is, can you turn around and do it again back-to-back? Cheesemakers will see. They'll jump in the middle. It'll be Matt Bryant along with Clyburn, a 6'3" senior. Ball tipped as Matt Bryant controls the tip. Clyburn right up there with him, though. Cheesemakers will move right to left across the radio dial. They go high post Oldenkamp against that man-to-man. Baseline Keenert, pump fake, spins, needs some help, and throws it away. Picked off there by Johnson. Johnson, one of the co-captains, only 5'9", very quick at a point guard.
You're already seeing that physical play from LaSalle that Greg had talked about in pregame.
And they will. That's part of how they play. And they're coached that way. Johnson with the ball inside, reverses left to right, around on top to Johnson. Johnson, Mahmood. Mahmood skip past Johnson on the right side, looking post up. Down the lane goes Jones. Jones double team, triple team, kicks it out for a three. It's no good. Rebound backside. Keener outlet to Seaholm. Cheesemakers set it up, go left side to Wetzel against that tight man-to-man defense. Keener clear outside the three-point line, trying to rub people off screens. No help there. Left side, Wetzel. Cheesemakers not exactly sure where they want to go right now.
You even see Matt Bryant coming out to the three-point line to try to receive the ball. Wetzel
on top of the key with the ball. Hands off on top. LaSalle coming off a win last night against Malala. Oldenkamp, Matt Bryant clear out on top. Looks over the top, left to Seaholm. Seaholm spins, waits, cross-court pass, almost picked off. Wetzel will jump it up from 15 and in. Rattled in and out, and then fell back in. The Cheesemakers take the early lead 2-0.
Great mid-range jump shot there.
A lot of work for the Cheesemakers to get an open shot. As you would expect, LaSalle plays tough defense all the time. On top of the ball, Jones right side, Johnson left-handed dribble in the lane, high arcing shot, and it hit the wire.
And went in.
And it went in. I mean, that was way up in the air.
Well, he had to get that high up in the air in order to get over that tall reach of Matt Bryant.
Matt Bryant came out, certainly intimidated him. He flicked that thing way up in the rafters. It hit a wire. It fell right in the hole, but they waved it off because it hit the wire. Wetzel on top. Now he's going to drive down the lane. Bumped on the shot. Doesn't get it to go, but he'll shoot a pair.
And I'm afraid Jason got away with a little travel there on top of the key.
A little bit of a bump on the left side by Daniel Jones. And I know both times we saw LaSalle last year, the games were bordering on brutal.
Yes.
I mean, it was physical.
Very physical style of play.
And you'll see players run in and out continually. Willie Novak comes in. He's got 2 years of varsity experience before this year, played as a sophomore. Now he's a senior. 1 out of 2 for Wetzel. He has all 3 points for the Cheesemakers. Tillamook leads 3-0.
Good backcourt pressure by the Mooks.
They finally get it across the timeline, Odell, but then he travels. I noticed last night the Cheesemakers, normally when you play Napa's going to be the most aggressive team. That wasn't the case in last night's game.
No, I was very impressed with the boys for stepping up and really playing physical, and pressuring the ball.
And that's one thing they didn't do last year.
No.
They did not play physical basketball, and it hurt them in the state playoffs.
It's really a sign of their growth, I think.
Matt Bryant at the high post, looking back. Kicks off to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp going to drive at the free throw line all the way down the lane, lays it up and in. We saw that in his game last night. We hadn't seen it all year long. And very effective coming out to the wing and taking to the hole, and he finishes as well as anybody.
And with that big old long body, he has 2 dribbles. He can cover a lot of space.
A lot of ground. Cheesemakers lead 5-0. Tap it away out of bounds. LaSalle brings it back in. Mahmoud with the ball across the timeline. Out on top, Mahmoud and Johnson. You stack them on top of each other. I don't think they could touch the rim, but they're quick.
They could be twins, I think.
They could. They look a lot alike. Left side with the ball, outside the perimeter. Clyburn back out on top, reverses around Odell. Odell to Mahmoud in the corner. Mahmoud with a left-handed drive. Kicks off on top. LaSalle not exactly sure what they want to do right now offensively. Pass inside, down the lane. Novak gets it in. Spins, check, whistle foul going to be on Bryant. Got him with the body, and to the line will go Novak.
Matt Bryant's going to have to learn how to keep his feet and not jump and block every single shot somebody puts up.
He got a lot of minutes last night. Lots and lots of minutes last night. Probably the best game we've seen him play all year long, but he stayed out of foul trouble.
And the more playing time he gets, the better he's going to be.
Oh, absolutely. And he certainly causes problems in there defensively.
Yeah, you can't coach 6'8".
No. 6'8" and long arms. There's nothing you can coach about that. Both free throws are good. By Novak, it's 5-2 game. Seaholm gets the ball across the timeline to the top of the key. Dribbles right side, picks up on top Wetzel. Double screen for 3. In and out, no good. Whistle foul, push from behind. You wondered why Matt Bryant was jumping sideways.
Yeah.
That's because he got two hands right in the middle of the back, threw him under the basket. He was going to get the rebound anyway, but the Cheesemakers get the ball back on the foul. They'll bring it in underneath their own basket.
Interesting start to this game. Both teams have started pretty with slow.
Alley-oop. On the inbound play, they lob it up, and Keenert catches it and lays it straight in. Nice pass from Oldenkamp. Keenert with a bucket, 7-2 Tillamook. Novak across the timeline, almost stolen away. LaSalle maintains possession on top. Johnson goes left side to Mahmoud. Mahmoud waits on top, tipped away, but Novak chased it down again. Out of the corner. Pump fake, passes it right to Oldenkamp. Long pass, Seaholm left side, 1-on-2. Now it's 1-on-1, tipped away, picked off LaSalle. Tillamook turns it over. Going the other way, right wing Johnson. Johnson tipped out, steal Tillamook, turnover LaSalle. 2-on-1 break. Wetzel left side, he lost the ball out of bounds. Going to be a foul, I believe.
On that fast break, or on that last turnover by LaSalle, it almost looked like Tillamook took a note from Napa last night, and as soon as that ball went up, Seaholm was on the way down the floor, and they had a long pass.
4 new Cheesemakers in the ball game. The only one that will stay is Oldenkamp.
You know,
Wetzel will go to the line. No, they're going to say before the shot, and so Wetzel should come out then.
rotating players like that is really going to pay off come playoff time.
Oh, no doubt about it. Now they don't let Josh Rodriguez in, and so Wetzel stays in. Begin with the ball. Going to get a screen from Ginger. Begin on top. He's wide open. 3. Good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Johnny Begin. It's 10-2. Tillamook with another good start as they had last night. Backcourt pressure. Cheesemakers extend. Out of the corner, wide open. 4-3. It's no good. Tipped. Out of bounds. Going to be off Oldenkamp. It'll be LaSalle ball.
And Tillamook hasn't missed a shot that they haven't been fouled on.
Yeah. Underneath, Mahmoud to bring it in. Waiting, looking, finally goes out on top, almost stolen away, but caught there by Toll.
Those big long arms of Taylor Bloom.
And then tipped out of bounds again. Cheesemakers are very athletic. They really are. They're not a bulky team, but they're a bunch of racehorses, quick hands.
Classic looking basketball team.
They are. You look at them, you watch them warm up, and you go, oh, that's a pretty good team.
Yes, absolutely. Just by the looks of them.
LaSalle thinks so, too. Timeout on the floor. 10-2 Tillamook. 2:48 left in the first. Back in 1 minute. Welcome back. Play goes quick. LaSalle comes down, scores as Clyburn hit a 2 and then spun around, threw it the other way, and Taylor Bloom hit a 3, and so it's 13-4. Tillamook with a 9-point lead, largest of the ball game. Cheesemakers back on defense. Mahmoud on top, swings to the right side to Toll. Toll on top, hands off, just into the ball game. DeMore. Inside, Novak got Oldenkamp off the ground, took it to him, drew the foul, and scores the bucket. So Oldenkamp gives up his first personal foul, and he'll sit down as Keenert comes into the ball game. Novak gets his second bucket, trying to complete the three-point play.
That post move by Clyburn in the previous play was really a very good move.
Yeah. Free throw's good. It's 13-7. Cheesemakers lead is 6. Rodriguez in the game. Goes sideline right, and he lost it. Down the floor. Picked it off going to the other way as Odell. Returned the favor as Ginger steals it. He almost gave it up. Got it back again. Hands back to Rodriguez. Cheesemakers turn it over and then get it right on back. Rodriguez sideline right. Belly bumped out there by Clyburn. Clyburn, their 6'3" postman's guarding Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's probably a disadvantage somewhere. I'm not sure if it's Rodriguez's speed or his height.
Yeah. 13-7. On top, Begin. Goes to the free throw line. Left side to Bloom. Goes low to Ginger. Fade from 7. Left it short. He got hit on the arm. Novak got by with one there. LaSalle comes down with the ball. Feeds right side to Odell. Odell in the corner to Novak. Novak scored big against the Cheesemakers last year. It has a good start here tonight. Out on top, Odell. With 1:15 left to play in the first quarter. 13-7 Tillamook. Waiting and holding is DeMore. DeMore now going to drive. Jump, hop inside, kicks left. Won't take the three. Gives it up, gets it back. Baseline pass, threw it away. Out of bounds, it'll be LaSalle ball.
Not sure LaSalle is all on the same page there. They had a little bit of spacing issues with players bunching up on the far side of the floor.
It looked like a full house. 3 on one side, 2 on the other. Very close together.
And they could have held hands.
Tipped off left side, Rodriguez with a steal. Going to go down the lane. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Tried to commit the foul before the shot, but they didn't call the first one. Called the second one. He'll shoot a pair.
That's the 5th turnover for LaSalle.
13-7, 53 seconds left, first period. A decent crowd on hand. In fact, if you hadn't been here last night, you'd say there's a good crowd on hand.
It's a very good crowd. Missing the pep band.
Just last night was a great crowd. A few more students last night as well. It was blackout night. They were all dressed in black, student body last night. Free throw by Rodriguez is good. Second one, good as well. 15-7, Tillamook by 8. Under a minute left to play, first period. Novak across the timeline, breaks pressure, hands left side. LaSalle's done a pretty good job against Tillamook press so far. On top, DeMore. DeMore kicking out right side. Holding the ball is Odell. Odell goes inside, kicks it back out in the corner. Novak going to drive with a left hand, cut off there. Dishes left, reverses again. They wait and hold. Now trying to look for an opening. Almost travels with the ball. DeMore. Right wing, 4-3, good. Nice shot there by Tommy Odell, the 6'1 senior.
Some real physical play down low.
It was Johnny Begin in the physical mix down there. Tillamook's lead is 5, 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Begin on top to Rodriguez. He's going to drive down the lane. Scoop to the hole, missed it. Offside rebound, Ginger missed it. Cheesemakers don't get it up in time. That's the end of the first period of play. Tillamook leads 15-10 after 1. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. 15-10, Tillamook leads at the end of the first period of play. LaSalle will bring it in to start period number 2. Cheesemakers, watch LaSalle. They're in all red with blue numbers. Working left to right across your radio dial. Left wing, Johnson 3, no good. Rebound tipped off Tillamook and out of bounds. Mike Johnson took a long 3, not as long those we saw from Napa last night, which is kind of trademark for them. 2-3 steps within the three-point line and you're in range. With the ball, clear back in backcourt. Tillamook gets it, waits and holds. Johnson on the right side, reverses the far side. They feed high post, looking to make a move. Rogers in the game over the top of Matt Bryant back in. It's good for 2. It's a 3-point game. 15-12. Keener, Wetzel, kick out 18. Good. Nice quick catch and shot by Jason Wetzel. 17-12 Tillamook.
That's 5 points in the game for Jason Wetzel.
Baseline pass inside to Rogers. Rogers going to try to work again on Bryant. He swats this one and comes down with it. Outlet to Keener. Keener going to break down the floor. Whistle, blocking foul. Going to be the 16th foul against LaSalle. Tillamook have it out underneath their own basket. Head coach Earl Clark thought that was a charge.
And I think we were fortunate not to get a charge call there because Blaine didn't have control of the basketball.
No, he didn't have control. I think the only thing that saved him was he turned around backwards.
The official couldn't see.
Yeah, if he charged him with his butt. Right wing, Wetzel for 3 is good again. He's got 8 in the game. Back-to-back buckets by Jason Wetzel, and the Cheesemakers build the 8-point lead after being up by 3 just moments ago. Rogers posted up on Wetzel, calling for it. Now kicks it out, going to go baseline. Inside, reverse it up, whistle, foul Bryant. That's going to be number 2. Good quick move by Daniel Jones, the 6'1 senior. What about the first quarter stats?
Well, Tillamook shot 4 for 6 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw line. A pretty good outing. LaSalle didn't miss a whole lot of shots, but I don't think they got a whole lot of shots up. They were 3 for 4 from the field, and didn't miss their only attempt at the three-point.
Free throws good by Jones. 20-13, Cheesemakers lead is cut to 7. Matt Bryant will sit down again. Johnny Begin comes back in. Back-to-back games, Jerry, you rotate differently?
I think it just depends on who you're playing and how things look as it happens. I don't think you have a plan when it comes back-to-back.
You know, last night the Cheesemakers were slower to rotate than they had been most of the year.
And it's possible that Greg learned something from that,
yeah.
Decided he didn't want to do that again.
Well, and it's a different game last night, too. On top, Begin after both free throws were made. Waits goes out to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp beats his man right side. Whistle, foul in the hack. Going to be on Rogers.
We haven't seen it a lot this year, but really seeing Luke attack the basket from outside.
Well, and you know, until they went with Matt Bryant as the third starter, Oldenkamp played everything in the key.
He was the down low guy. Yeah.
All of a sudden, Matt Bryant comes in. That puts Oldenkamp on the wing, and he certainly has been effective in the last couple ball games from out there.
And it is a different look for us.
Yes, it's a very long look because you not only have height, but you've got long arms on all 3 of those guys. First free throw is good by Oldenkamp.
And long arms sitting on the bench.
Yes. Second free throw on the way is good as well. 22-14, Tillamook.
4 points in the game for Luke Oldenkamp.
Johnson brings ball across the timeline, goes between his legs. Dan Seaholm tightens the pressure on him. Inside to Rogers. Rogers kicks it off to Mahmoud. They work it around the perimeter, trying to go inside. Cheesemakers in their zone, matching up well. Out on top, lost it, picked it up again. Left side, Johnson directing traffic. Off on top to the right wing. They go baseline to Rogers. He squares. Now he's going to try to back his way in. Rejected by Oldenkamp. I mean, that was in your face and down. Alley-oop. Keener, 2. Johnny Begin from midcourt to Keener. Catches it in the air and lays it in.
Not taking anything away from Blaine for the alley-oop, but that pass was on the money.
Oh, that was beautiful by Johnny Begin. Down the lane, shot missed. Rebound comes down. Oldenkamp bothered that one again. Tillamook with the ball going the other way. Wetzel cut to the baseline. Cut off. Pressured. Hands to Begin. Shot from 7. In and out. No good. Rebound comes down. LaSalle. They'll run the other way. It's 5-on-2. Cut off there. Hands out in the corner. Long 3. No good. Begin on the backside. Tipped once, twice. Saved back in by Oldenkamp. Tillamook running the other way. Right to left they go. Wetzel with the ball on the right wing. Baseline Keener. Backs his way in. Drop step. Jumper. No good. Oldenkamp can't collect the rebound. Whistle, foul. Begin on the follow.
Almost as if a switch got turned on and we're playing a different style of basketball all of a sudden.
Push the ball down the floor. 24-14. Cheesemakers by 10. 4:53 left to play in the first half.
That's what makes Cheesemakers so dangerous, is they can just all of a sudden go on a tear.
It's like holding a stick of dynamite, and you never know what's going to set them off.
Exactly.
Johnson across the timeline. Cheesemakers matching up on top again. They play a zone, but they put the pressure of a man-to-man on. Novak kicking off right wing. Long skip pass, far side to Mahmoud. Into the corner, tipped away, picked up. Another steal. Lead pass, Tillamook throws it away. Back-to-back turnovers. Right side, make it 3. Cheesemakers got it back again. To Seaholm, spin move, down the lane, left-hand shot, lays it up and in. And LaSalle wants timeout. 26-14. Cheesemakers will be back in 1 minute. Flashes of brilliance.
Yeah,
they really are.
Yeah. You'd like to see that the whole game long.
I wouldn't. Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. LaSalle with the ball. Halfway through the second period of play. 26-14 Tillamook. Novak on top, going to drive to the baseline, tipped out of bounds. Boy, Cheesemakers stepped it up defensively the last couple minutes.
They certainly have, and again, every pass seems to be getting deflected.
LaSalle underneath their own basket. Off to Novak. Looking for the three-pointer out of the corner, but Keenert is there. They'll go baseline to Novak. He'll get double-teamed. Now he's going to work inside against Oldenkamp. Got him off the ground, missed the shot. Oldenkamp rebound, outlet, Tillamook a run again. Sideline right, on top to begin. Oldenkamp down the lane, stops from 6. Now he'll take it to the hole, lays it up, missed it. Got his own rebound. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Just relentless pressure on the glass, and the Cheesemakers are getting the benefit of it right now.
And again, seeing Luke attack the basket, he stopped short, avoided the contact so that it didn't become an offensive foul, and took it hard to the hole.
Oldenkamp, free throws again. First one is good. 27-14. Rodriguez going to come in, as well as Ginger and Bloom. As Oldenkamp, Ginger will come in for Oldenkamp after this free throw if he makes it. Tillamook looking to double up LaSalle, and they do. 28-14, Tillamook.
6 points in the game for Luke Oldenkamp as he comes out of the game.
Tillamook has outscored LaSalle 13-2 here in the second period of play. On top, Johnson carries the ball to the right side, goes behind his back, waits. Now he'll shoot the 3. It's no good. Rebound, fought for. Rodriguez comes away with it. Outlet, long pass, right side, Bloom. Alley-oop, backside, Ginger lays it up and in. What a great pass from Bloom on the right baseline to Ginger. Break into the hole, caught it in the air, laid it in without coming back to the ground. 30-14 Tillamook.
Again, that just shows athleticism, but you don't get those. You don't get those alley-oop shots without a pinpoint pass.
Backdoor pass. There's a man open. Novak found himself open and laid it up and in. 30-16 Tillamook breaks a 15-2 run. Inside, Ginger missed it. Got it back again. He's going to try to power it up. Doesn't get it to go, but he's fouled. Tillamook had a 20 rebound advantage last night. They're on their way to that much again tonight.
Yeah, if you rebound the balls you're supposed to rebound, you take care of the ball, you're going to win a lot of games and hit your free throws. That's a big one also.
So Ginger will go to the line and shoot a pair. You know, a lot of people have forgotten the fact that Johnny began a 2-year starter coming into this season, then went down with that serious knee injury. The question was, do they have it operated on and have him be done for the year, or try to play through it? And he made the choice to go ahead and try to play through it. He certainly has been a benefit for the Cheesemakers since then, and I've got to say I was shocked.
It's just amazing when he comes in. He just calms things down for Tillamook.
1 out of 2 for Ginger at the line. 31-16 Cheesemakers.
That's 3 in the game for Daniel Ginger.
High post inside, going to drive, got 4 guys in the air. Now they go baseline with the ball, kicking out in the corner, 4-3. It's no good, offside rebound, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Cheesemaker ball.
You know, and one of the things Johnny talked about, I talked to him in the hallway the other day, one of the things he said, he goes, I can't move as well as I used to, which he wasn't fast to begin with.
No.
He was smart. I think he's just got smarter.
Well, and he's a great passer. I mean, that's where the Cheesemakers really struggled when they lost him, is somebody to get the ball into their post players. Again, with the ball at the elbow, right side off to Keener. He's going to go down the lane. He's hacked. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. One thing about LaSalle, they'll foul often, and they'll foul the whole time. I mean, they don't let up.
It's how they play.
Yep.
It's how they play. Typical to, you know, two pretty similar teams. Napa plays that way too. They're just all over you all the time and just going to make you take care of the ball.
So Keener will go to the line. He'll be shooting 1-and-1. And he missed it, but Ginger got the rebound. He's fouled, no call. Rebound comes down to LaSalle. They'll go the other way. Down the floor, tipped away by Ginger, picked off by Bloom. Off to begin. Begin, right to left, he comes. Top of the key, right side looks. Goes inside, tipped away, stolen away. Tillamook turns the ball over.
6 turnovers for Tillamook, 9 for LaSalle.
31-16, Cheesemakers, 1:45 left to play in the first half. With the ball, free throw extended to the left side is Toole. Tool right through the hands of Mahmoud and out of bounds.
That equation I used earlier about what takes to win basketball games, one of those was taking care of the basketball, not those turnovers.
Holdenkamp, Wetzel, Seaholm back into the ball game. Bloom, Ginger, and somebody else sat down. Begin. Tillamook back with the ball, left side. Seaholm inside. Nice pass, baseline. Rodriguez doesn't get the shot to go. Long rebound tips out. Tillamook will maintain possession. Minute 20 left to play. First half. Seaholm right side, going to walk into a double team. Turns the ball over, picked off and stolen by LaSalle. Nice jump trap there by LaSalle. Mahmoud, he traveled, no call. He returns the favor as he turns it over. No, he doesn't. Drops right back in the hands of LaSalle. Shot on the way, no good. Keener high in the air for the rebound. Things got a little sloppy here in the last minute.
Stuff down now to make sure we're going to take care of the ball this last minute.
Greg tells Seaholm, wait, hold your horses. Rodriguez goes baseline. Keener, he's fouled on the shot. Never had a good hold on it, but bailed out with a foul on Morgan Moggan.
Yeah, he was fumbling that ball the whole time. Never really got control, even when he shot it.
So Keener goes to the line. Big factor in the game last night.
He's struggling a little bit from the field tonight.
Yep. Free throw and from the line is no good.
He's only 2 for 6 from the field.
He'll get the second of the 2-shot foul. 42 seconds remaining in the half, and he missed them both.
This may be a condition of fatigue.
Yeah. With the ball, LaSalle going to quick run the other way, tipped away, picked off Seaholm. Seaholm with the ball across midcourt, waits and holds with 30 seconds left. Goes Keener, elbow jumper, right side, no good. Rebound comes down. Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. You know, there's about 4 cheesemakers down here wiping blood off them. It actually came off a LaSalle player.
That's what they're saying.
You know what that tells you? There's a lot of physical play out there.
Yeah.
It's not just the guy guarding him. There are 2 or 3 people that got blood off him. And he didn't even know he was bleeding.
Had to tell the coach, had to go get a med kit.
LaSalle with the ball on top. Left side into the ball game is DeMore. DeMore cross court right wing. Jones going to go in the corner to Johnson. Back to DeMore. 3 guards on the perimeter. They go high post, looks inside, lays it up, missed the shot. Rebound comes down to begin. Johnny going to run the floor down the middle, bounce pass left side to Ginger. Into the corner, Bloom, long skip pass, Rodriguez. They set up the offense. Rodriguez on the right wing, looking cutter underneath. They'll set it again. Now they're going to go high-low against the zone. Pass into Ginger. Ginger, baseline, open, whistle, foul. Going to be on Morgan Moggan.
The one positive for LaSalle that time is they did get a shot up.
No, it confused him a little bit, but look at the board. 6th foul against LaSalle, not a 1 against Tillamook. I'm not sure if I'd be complaining if I was on the other side of it, because it's been the style of the game. Oh, ball goes across the timeline. Rodriguez jumps across, flips it behind his head. It hit square in the noggin of Mike Johnson. It bounced all the way across the end line at the other end.
And the LaSalle coach, all he can do is applaud the effort of the hustle that Johnson was running down the floor.
LaSalle, a good soccer program. I don't know if Johnson's one of those guys, but that was a header.
He can sure head the ball.
Oldenkamp gets it right wing, off to Bloom. Back to Oldenkamp. He'll go down the lane, lays it up and in. He is so long. Steal, Rodriguez, 2. Rodriguez stepped into backcourt, and they just threw it right to him.
10 points in the game for Oldenkamp and 4 for Rodriguez.
49-16, Cheesemakers. Right wing, 3, no good. They got a shot up at least. Out of bounds it goes. Tillamook ball.
And 15 turnovers for LaSalle.
16-0 run here in the 3rd quarter. LaSalle's been shut out so far. Minute 30 left in the quarter. Ginger, left side, Bloom. He'll shoot the quick 3. It's no good. Rodriguez gets a rebound. Out on top to begin. Wraparound inside to Ginger. He lost it, got it back. Off to Rodriguez. Going to drive baseline into Atlanta Giants. He missed it. Rebound comes out LaSalle. 2-on-1 break. Right side. Johnson down the lane. Scoop to the hoop. He missed it. Rebound begin. Outlet Ginger. Long the other way. To the free throw line. Inside. Jump shot with the left hand. No good. Rebound comes down LaSalle. LaSalle now going to go the other way across the timeline. Wraparound. Whistle. Foul going to be Rodriguez.
Went on a little track meet there for a while, up and down the floor.
Looked like a tennis match from up here, swinging your head from side to side, but LaSalle will have it on the far side. With 51 seconds left to play, and LaSalle just can't buy a bucket in the third.
It's been a long 8 minutes for LaSalle.
It has. DeMore, they're wondering why they decided to go ahead and play this game. On top, Johnson. Johnson, left wing, gives it up, gets it back. DeMore. Rodriguez on him. To Johnson. Johnson, left wing. Dribbling between his legs with 25 seconds remaining. Got a little opening, won't take the 3. Rodriguez jumps the lane, but it goes right to DeMore. DeMore to Johnson. He's going to drive again. Looks inside, double team, triple team. Back out with 12 seconds left. Travels with the ball.
And that's 16 turnovers for LaSalle.
Wow. 12 seconds left. If Tillamook does things right, they're going to pitch a shutout here in the 3rd. 8 seconds remaining. Begin. Right wing, Rodriguez. Long skip pass. There's Bloom for 3. Left it short. Rodriguez steal, 3-pointer. It's no good, and that's the end of the 3rd period of play. 49-16. Cheesemakers with a 16-0 run in the 3rd quarter. Big lead. We'll be back in 1 minute.
I got a calculator.
Okay. Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. LaSalle gets up 4 shots in the quarter, and they didn't slow it down.
No, they were running up and down the floor. Only 4 shots.
4 shots and didn't hit a one of them.
Wow.
They got outscored 16-0 in the quarter. It's 49-16. 33-point lead. My goodness. Weston Walker checks into the game for the Cheesemakers. That's good to see. DeMoore with the ball on the left side. Jumper on the way from 15, no good. LaSalle with the rebound, lays it up and in. John Atkins, a 6'3" junior, gets his first points. With the ball left side, Bloom. Bloom out on top. Back to Bloom again. To Ginger. Cross court, Wetzel. He's going to drive, gets body, doesn't get it to go. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. 7:24 left to play in the game, 49-18. As the Cheesemakers will go to the line. I didn't ever get to the JV stats from tonight's game at halftime. So let's take a look at that now. Cheesemaker JVs won 65-50. Leading scorer in the game for the JVs was Evans with 13. 2 nights in a row, he's their leading scorer. Begin had 11, and then everybody else scored. Seaholm with 2, Klon with 6, Fosbine with 6, Udenby with 8, Loftus with 4, Leach with 5, Schreiber with 8, Chris with 2. Fountain played, but he did not score, as did Nagley. And so the Cheesemakers easy win in JVs tonight. Johnson with the ball going the other way, 51-18 as Tillamook gets both free throws.
As a matter of fact, the JVs may have had the best game of their year last night when they played against Napa.
That was a good ball game. Johnson driving, has it rejected by Ginger, saved back in DeMoore. DeMoore on top, waits, gets it back, gives it up again to the right wing. Steps inside, whistle, foul, scores, and he's fouled as Morgan Mogan is fouled by Weston Walker, and he'll go to the line trying to complete the 3-point play. You know, a lot of teams come in and kind of feel sorry for him if you're running them out of the gym like the Cheesemakers are doing tonight. You really don't against LaSalle.
No, they've done their share of that over the years.
No doubt about it. One of the most storied basketball programs in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, with Cleghorn.
Yep, Jack Cleghorn ran a show there that just was state championship machine. With the ball left wing, LaSalle, a private school in East Portland, out by Clackamas Town Center. Right wing, pass inside Ginger. Got it low, dribbled it, put it up, missed it. Rebound comes down to the Falcons. Backcourt, traveled with the ball.
Bob Lamb talks. He always likes to beat LaSalle.
Yep.
Always likes to beat LaSalle. So you know there's some history there.
Well, and there is also the private school, public school thing. LaSalle and Marist, both private schools in the 4A classification. Although Marist will be gone in just over a year because they'll get bigger and go into the Eugene League. Inside, Wetzel has it rejected out to DeMoore, and then he's fouled by Ginger. Third team foul against Tillamook, all here in the 4th quarter.
17 turnovers. I'm running out of numbers here to tally those up.
Hasn't been pretty.
Turnovers for LaSalle.
And it has been the pressure of the Cheesemaker defense that's causing those.
Yeah, it's not by accident by any means.
Right to left comes LaSalle across your radio dial. Sideline, DeMoore out on top. Looks inside, tipped away by Ginger and out of bounds.
And I'm not even sure that I've tallied them all, to be honest with you. Some of those happen so quick.
6:09 left to play in the game. Pass inside, triple team. Shot on the way, no good. Walker down with a rebound, but has it stolen away. Down the lane, lays it up and in by John Atkins. So Atkins gets his second bucket.
4 points in the game.
51-22. Cheesemakers. Whistle, foul. And it'll be on number 21, Morgan Mogan. And to the line will go Weston Walker, I believe, to shoot 1-on-1.
I'm not sure what happened. I saw arms flailing.
And Weston looked at the official, and then the whistle blew.
As if to say, are you going to call it?
Yeah. Weston's not one that really complains about things. Free throws missed. Rebound comes down to LaSalle. They'll go right to left across your radio dial, off onto the wing, jump stop in the middle. Now Rogers going to shoot a three, and he hits. So Rogers winds it up and shoots a three from the right wing, and he gets it to go. And so LaSalle's trying to make it a little more respectable as they crawl to within 26. Left side with the ball. Wetzel playing catch across the floor with Bloom, who drives inside. He missed a shot, rolled it off the rim, didn't get it to go. 51-25. Tillamook spin outscored 7-0 here in the final period. Double screen on top. DeMore hands off, set shot for three. It's no good. Tipped as Ginger comes down with it, and he is fouled by DeMore. And he'll shoot at the other end.
Seeing this Lowland play is not something Greg wants to see. He wants to see them just continue to attack and continue to play hard, no matter who he puts in. And so this may be something he's not totally happy about.
Certainly has dropped the intensity right now, and so Begin and Oldenkamp will come back in. Walker's going to sit down, as does Seaholm. Trying different combinations with 5 minutes left in the game. 4:59 exactly, 51-25. Ginger free throw is good. Dan's first point. No, he has 4 points in the game. That's right. Nice pass, alley-oop on the backside. Got him a bucket early in the game.
And a free throw on that shot.
Second free throw is good as well. 53-25. Cheesemakers first points of the final period. DeMore across the timeline. Rodriguez comes out to pressure him. Gets a big screen on the right side. DeMore goes down the lane. He travels with the ball. Got himself out of control.
18 turnovers. I'm not sure what we're seeing. A little looked like either a 1-3-1 or a 1-2-2 zone defense from Tillamook Cheesemakers.
Tillamook with the ball across the timeline. Off to the right wing. Back out on top. Good ball movement. Begin to Wetzel. Wetzel back to Begin. Clear out by midcourt. Begin. Steps in. Double team. He's fouled. He'll shoot it. Pair now because they're in the double bonus.
It'll be double bonus, and that's 10 fouls as to 3 for the Tillamook Cheesemakers.
And Tillamook's up by 28, and there's 4.5 minutes left, and LaSalle is not going to stop because that's how they play.
That's how they play. I've said it all night long.
Johnny Begin goes to the line. Free throw is good. I know last year the Cheesemakers were extremely frustrated in their games with LaSalle because the officials let them play hands-on defense. This year, Tillamook's the better athletes.
And we couldn't handle it.
No.
And apparently this year we can. I mean, it's just the, I think, maturing process.
And LaSalle doesn't have quite the athletes this year either.
No.
They've got good speed, but they are definitely not as strong. Three-pointer out of the corner is good by Austin Toole, a 6-foot junior. 55-28.
That's his first points of the game.
Begin. Bounce pass right to Rodriguez. Left to Wetzel. Long skip pass to Begin. He'll shoot the three. Gonna miss it to the right. Oldenkamp can't get the follow. Whistle foul. It's gonna be on Oldenkamp or Toole. It's gonna be on 21, Morgan Moggan. And it'll send Oldenkamp to the line to shoot a pair.
Our 11-3 in the foul situation.
55-28 Cheesemakers. Morgan getting a talking to by the official right now.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that the LaSalle coach, or Mr. Clark, is happy with the foul totals.
No, but I don't think he's going to crawl on the bus thinking that he got homered bad enough either.
No, I don't think he can.
56-28. Cheesemakers doing anything they want to tonight. 57-28 as both free throws are good by Oldenkamp. Walker getting ready to come back into the game again for the Cheesemakers. Tillamook up by 29 halfway through the final period of play. On top, waiting, kicking out in the corner, pass inside. Got a man open, laid it up. He missed it. Rebound fought for, out of bounds, going to be Tillamook's ball. So Walker comes in for Oldenkamp.
We're certainly seeing something different.
They waved in the sub.
One official did, and the other one handed the ball as it was happening.
And so Tillamook had 6 guys on the floor. Now, one thing I'll tell you is Tillamook doesn't need 6 guys on the floor.
Looked like a line change in hockey.
Yeah, it did. Exactly. Oldenkamp just runs by the bench and steps off, and somebody steps on somewhere else. Again, right wing to Rodriguez, into Walker, back to Rodriguez. He'll shoot the 3. No good. Rebound comes down to the Falcons. Morgan. Tillamook by 29. 57-28. 3:10 left to play in the game. On top left side, Rogers begin coming out to pressure him. Almost picked off. Hand it baseline DeMore. Rogers 17. It's no good. Ginger backside rebound. Off to Wetzel. Quick run. Sideline break. Left side to Rodriguez. Jason out on top with the ball. Begin. Back to Wetzel. Jason in the corner to Begin. Johnny Begin. Wrap around to Wetzel for 3. It's no good. Rebound long. Rebound out in the corner goes to LaSalle. Oh, carried the ball in backcourt. Thanks to Rodriguez. A quick stop and a little defense. No call though. Ball comes down to the Falcons. Inside. Going to go down the lane. Whistle foul going to be on Weston Walker. And into the ball game now will come Nathan Seaholm and Schreiber.
Really haven't hit well from the three-point line. Again, is that playing back-to-back? Is that from fatigue from playing the previous night and in a fairly tight, fun, exciting basketball game?
Yep. Jordan Schreiber, a freshman for the Cheesemakers, getting ready to come in. I've really been impressed with his athleticism in the JV games.
Absolutely. He's got really pretty good footwork for a freshman.
Well, and a freshman playing up to JVs, that doesn't happen often. He's going to be a key piece to the puzzle next year.
And let alone get some varsity time.
Yep. Free throw. First one's good. Second one is not. Quick outlet as Schreiber with the rebound. Seaholm, baseline, Begin, swatted out of bounds. Johnny smiles and pats him on the back, says, yeah, that was good.
Alan Moody from the Headlight Herald almost caught one in the forehead.
Inbound left side. Seaholm for 3. No good. Rebound comes down to LaSalle. They'll bring it out of backcourt. 2:10 left to play. Left side, Rogers for 3. No good. Ginger with another rebound. Ginger, he'll bring it down the middle of the floor himself. Right side to Begin. Begin, steps in, hands to Walker, reverses left side. Quick ball movement, touch passes by the Cheesemakers. Inside, long cross-court pass, Ginger. Ginger stops. Seaholm, nice pass down the lane to Begin for 2.
Great pass.
Touch pass from Seaholm to Begin for an easy 2, 59-29.
6 points in the game for Begin.
DeMore hits a 3. Minute 32 left to play, 59-32, Tillamook. Weston Walker, double team, triple team, step through, he's fouled.
You see Jordan Schreiber getting some welcoming, pushing around down there in the post. Welcome freshman.
Yeah, welcome to the varsity level too, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
LaSalle lists 1 freshman on their roster. We haven't seen him. They always bring just a whole handful of coaches and about a busload and a half of kids too. Free throws no good, but they did not bring even a handful of fans.
No.
I mean, there's a small crowd from LaSalle. Maybe they saw the handwriting on the wall. Walker missed his first, but he got the second to roll down. Tillamook by 28 with a minute 22 left to play.
It's the first points in the game for Weston.
High post, drives right side, forces a shot up, no good. Ball popped loose, kicks out, Begin goes down, jump ball. Hate to see Johnny going to the floor too many times there.
He hates to see too much contact at all for him.
Yep.
And he's willing to do it.
Oh, no. Yeah, he doesn't shy away from contact. And Greg says, I think I'll get him out of there. Taylor Bloom back in. Bloom, Schreiber, Ginger, Walker, and Nathan Seaholm. Just over a minute left to play.
Interesting. We got
steal. Breakaway down the lane. Right side lays it up. Missed it. Rebound comes out to DeMore. He'll shoot from 18 and hits. So DeMore hits a couple shots back to back. with 50 seconds left. Baseline, Schreiber gets it. He's fouled.
You see, we got 3 point guards on the bench now, Johnny being one of those.
Yep.
And Taylor Bloom running the point. I think we don't lack in any position.
No. You know, you could put this group out here in a lot of games, and you'd be right in them.
And, you know, Nate Seaholm plays the point in the JV situation, so.
Free throw by Jordan Schreiber is good. So Schreiber's on the board as well. He's not on your roster there. You have to write him in. We didn't know the freshman was coming up when I made that roster. Schreiber gets them both at 62-34, 43 seconds left in the game. This one can't end soon enough for the Falcons. Checked inside Schreiber, but he's called for the foul. And Atkins will go to the line to shoot a pair. As typical fans in Tillamook, though, they've stayed to the bitter end.
To the very end. I just saw you see Bedford walking out the door right now.
Wow. That's early for him.
Yeah. Oh, he stopped to watch the end.
Okay. He's just going to get ahead. Just get ahead of the crowd. 62-34 with 36 seconds left. Tillamook's going to go to 15-0 on the season as they have 5 league games remaining. And the second free throw is good. Yep. And Schreiber turns the ball over as he was going to bring it in. Didn't have an opening pass, leaned over and set the ball down, touched it inbounds. That's a violation.
Yeah.
Tillamook turns it over, 36 seconds remaining. Spin move inside, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds off LaSalle. Tillamook to get it back.
This is really good for Jordan because you know he's going to get some varsity time next year.
Yep.
He'd probably be a starter the way it's looking. And he's just getting banged around a little bit.
Yep. Well, and I would expect he'll have to bulk up a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Right wing, Seaholm, Bloom, backdoor pass to Ginger, steps in, partially deflected, goes high in the air, no good. LaSalle comes down with the rebound. Outlet going to run the floor right side, lays it up and in. 62-37, 7 seconds left. Schreiber, pump fake, didn't take the shot. Out on top, Weston will for 3. It's no good, and that's the end of the ball game.
Senior's going to get his shot, isn't he?
Yes. 62-37 is the final. The Cheesemakers in a rout here at home against LaSalle. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with Sports Extra after this.
Did we only make 1 field goal that quarter?
60.
All the rest free throws?
I don't know. We only scored 13. One-minute break. To 37 over the LaSalle Falcons here at home as Cheesemakers led 15-10 at the end of the first period. They outscored LaSalle 18-6 in the second and led 33-16 at halftime, and that's pretty much where they stayed, was doubling up the Falcons as the Cheesemakers outscored LaSalle 16-0 in that third period of play and only 13-9 in the final period. Tillamook led 49-16 after 3. They win at 62-37 as they go to 15-0 on the season. Now, coming into this year, we knew Tillamook would be a pretty good ball club. We had no idea 15 games into it they'd still not have a loss. 62-37 Cheesemakers. We'll be back after this word from the Les Schwab Tire Center. Brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. You know, 7:45 and we're about out of here. That's always good.
That's an hour earlier than normal.
That is an hour plus. As the Cheesemakers run this one out pretty quick and pretty easy. They went 62-37. What about the stats?
Well, Tillamook, it appears in the fourth quarter, only got one shot to go, only one field goal, but it's when you're ahead by a lot, you get some other people in, and you're doing some different things. But for the game, 16 for 29 from the field, not great shooting percentage, but getting a lot of shots up, getting more shots up than LaSalle was really what got us ahead in the first half. 29 shots. That's a pretty good basketball game right there. Only 2 for 11 from the three-point line. I question if that was a little bit of fatigue and not used to playing back-to-back nights and just not being able to adjust there.
I wouldn't say that's abnormal. When you go to the state tournament that second and third day, you see some ugly shooting sometimes.
You do, yeah. So probably not abnormal, but maybe something we need to think about, or Greg would think about as he's coaching, getting ready for the playoffs coming up. On the other hand, you also see teams miss free throws when they're tired, and we did a fairly good job there. We were 19 for 26 from the three-point line. LaSalle, on the other hand, only got 23 shots up and 11 of those to fall. 3 for 9 from the three-point line, most of those coming in the, I guess 2 of those coming in the fourth quarter, and 6 for 8 from the line. They just didn't get there very much. Overall individual scores, Jordan Schreiber at the end of the game got his 2 points. Josh Rodriguez, 4 points. One of the, of course, both those coming off defense.
Yep.
Johnny Begin, 6 points. I don't know what he's been scoring. He hasn't been getting a lot of playing time, but I think that brings him back into more what he's expecting. Blaine Keener had a tough night. Yep. He really had a tough night. And again, was that fatigue? He played really well last night and played really hard. So he was only 2 for 9 from the field, 2 for 9. So he ended up with 4 points. Dan Seaholm had 4 points again, both those on defense, I'm sure. Dan Ginger had 5 points. Weston Walker got his free throw. Jason Wetzel I think was high scorer today with 16 points. Taylor Bloom had a big three-pointer in the first half. Luke Oldenkamp, 12 points. I'd like to see that new game that he brought to the floor tonight. And Matt Bryant had 4 points, both on putbacks. For LaSalle, Brian De La Moore, 4 points. Yeah, a lot of blank spaces here. Henry Rogers had 5 points. Willie Novak had 4 points. John Attison had 6 points. Morgan Clyburn had 2. Tommy Odell had 2. Daniel Jones had 2. Austin Toole had 5, and Morgan McGaughan looks like he had 2 also. So you see LaSalle actually did spread their points pretty thinly, but spread them all over their team.
Spreading out is good, being that thin isn't.
Spread them pretty thin. Just overall good night for Cheesemakers, especially that first time they get that back-to-back test, and both physical types of play. They just, I think they're growing. I think they're maturing. I think they're becoming a better basketball team as this season goes on.
And they're better now than they were 2 weeks ago. And the Cheesemakers certainly, one of the keys is peaking at the right time of the year. Tillamook continues to progress. Now they have a big week coming up this next week. We'll talk more about that after this word from the Les Schwab Tire Center. Sports Extra brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Tillamook wins it by a final score of 62-37 over the LaSalle Falcons here at home. Tillamook goes to 15-0 on the season. Next action will be Tuesday night in Seaside. And Jerry, any concerns with Seaside? Routed them here by 30, 35, something like that.
I think the only real concern you're going to have with Seaside is that you get some good minutes in, you learn something, you don't develop some bad habits, and you don't get somebody hurt.
Yep, and then you turn around, you come back home on Thursday, and you've got Astoria in what's truly, in all senses, a Co-op League championship game. Astoria's only lost to Tillamook, and that was by, I can look back at that, it was a tight game the whole way. Cheesemakers ended up winning at 40-31, but it was closer than that most of the way. And so
and I'm not going to expect anything different here.
No, me neither. And it's going to be low scoring because they're going to be deliberate. And it should be very, very interesting, probably frustrating in a lot of cases, but it will be a good game, and it will probably be for the Co-op League championship if everybody takes care of business the way they should up to that point.
Again, those are the type of games you want, though, going into playoffs. Those are the type of games you want to get ready for when that first playoff team comes to town, which is what we're hoping for.
So the Cheesemakers, Tuesday in Seaside, Thursday at home against Astoria. Tillamook wins 62-37. JV's win as well. The Spin Sports Extra brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center, the place to go for your tire care. This has been Randy Shield along with Jerry Dorland saying good night and good sports. It's been a KTIL Sports presentation.